Okay, within that little tutorial, I'm going to show you how to build a custom HTML based on WebFOCUS content. Starting with this very simple report. So very simple report with a dynamic selection for the model. So I can run my report, select whatever I get. There's my content. And actually, I want to build a custom HTML page using all those values on my page. So let's save that one. So it's going to be my dynamic HTML report. So I'm using whatever tool to build the initial version of the document. There it is. So we can continue in text mode. So actually we can clear it up a little bit. I don't need those. So clean it up, keep the rest of it. So I don't need a style. Clean that one. And change that one to run it. I got my selection, I got my results. So I created a very basic hold to do that information. So in here, we can now do a -read file data one. So we're going to transfer data. Oh, sorry. Typo. Let's fix that little typo in here. There we go. So that way I'm transferring my element into variables. So to see the variables, we can simply type them on the screen. They're going to use whatever I have in here. So it's going to be type %sales, $dealer cost. To make sure we're not getting prompted for those, I'm going to default them. Run it. There they are. So I've got sales, I've got dealer cost. Let's get the rest of it. So I'm going to go for retail cost. I'm going to go for country. I'm going to go for car. I'm going to go for model. So I've got dealer cost, retail cost, country, car, dealer cost. Okay, I forgot about model. So let's define model. So we got all of them. So I've got sales, dealer cost, add retail cost, add country, add car, add model. So we got what we need. By the way, we need to make sure that model is using a slightly different variable name. So change that one. So we're going to keep prompting. So I've got everything transferred into IBI variables. So actually, whatever I need. So I just need a very simple HTML page. So for me, I could use any HTML generator that I want to, but I could also use Word being my very basic tool to create elements. So I can create any design. Let's create a very simple table to start with. And I'm gonna additional text. So if we remember those elements that we just created, so those are the elements that I wanted. So those are the fields I have. So I put it in here. I don't want to use the %, so can do something here like sales, and that one is going to be IBI.AMP .sales semicolon. So that's all I need in here. So I've got sales, I've got more and more, dealer cost and retail. So let's add my little dealer cost in here. So there we go with dealer cost. Make sure not to have any spaces in here. So it's going to be retail underscore cost semicolon. We got country and model, so that's going to be dealer cost. That's going to be retail cost. There we're going to put something like country. So that one is going to be country. We've got car and model left. Make sure to get those. Car. And we have model. So let's add model to the end. Feel free to do whatever formatting you like to get. So let's delete that column. Let's go to design. Select my table actually there. Design. Change it to whatever you want it. So let's stick with something like, let's go for something like that. Yeah, doesn't look too good. So let's go for another design. Let's go with a, well, let's go with that one. Let's add one more row in here. My data. So feel free to format whatever you want to format in here. Whenever you like it, save it. So I'm going to put it to my desktop. Use web page. Put it to my desktop. So that is what's created. So now I've got a very simple HTML. Of course, you can write your own HTML. So there's no need to use it the way I build it. So where did I save it? File. I put it to desktop. So let's see where it ended up. Oh, don't need that one. So let's see, where's my file? Oh, there it is. So let's open it up in text editor. There's my HTML file. Not the cleanest HTML that's possible, but fine for me. Steal it. HTML form begin. HTML form and save it in between. Of course, you could have way cleaner HTML. Run it. Oh, I've got a few ampersands, so I've got those two things that we need to clean. So I've got a non-breaking space somewhere in there. Let's clean that one. The other one was something like %45, or actually it's hash 45. So let's find that one. Okay, that's in there. Of course, you could delete it in case you want to keep it. No need to remove it. So in case you want to keep it. No, we still have our non-breaking space left. So we've got that one multiple times as well to make sure. And there we go. Oh, I've got a slight challenge in here. That's something we need to fix, but sales, dealer cost, and retail cost is already working. So let's select a different one. Cool. Let's search for the country. I think there's something going on over there. Let's find the country. Oh, okay. I see. Somehow that one was changed. So did I forgot about actually? Let's go back. Oh, and it somehow lost my first character. So let's add that one. So got that one. I need that one. So it added some extra characters in here, which is the issue. So let's get rid of those. So don't need that one. Down that one. Country, and there's car. So that one looks good. Country looks good. Car looks good. Model looks good now. Let's run it. Looks good. We got one left over in here that we need to clean up. So we got our elements in here. So here's model. There's my span. There's a special character, which is actually that one. So let's get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one. For some reason, it looks like I pasted something useless in there. So get it again. There we go. We have one character left. Oh yeah, over here. Get rid of that one. And there we go. So whatever I do in here is gonna create my dynamic HTML document. Besides what I did in here, of course, I think there's the challenge that I created for myself in here. So like that one. Besides those elements, I've got something in here like my AMP model. So let's go to the model part and replace that element in here. So actually the first one I'm pulling variables. I could also run the same report again for the second time. So I'm going to pull data as well. So I'm going to pull data. And in that one, I'm going to stay with what I have. So I'm just going to say on table, hold as my table one. Format is going to be HTML table. So go down to the end. So there's my model thing. And instead of just adding that one, remember the name. So we created something called my table one. So I'm not just going to add a variable in there. Actually, I'm going to go into that div here and use IBI.FIL. Let's quickly double check. Run. Exit. Oh, got this little typo in here. So it's supposed to be HTML table. So what we do in here, we're creating a HTML table that can be used. So let's get rid of my exit and run it again. And it's going to add a table in here. So currently that table isn't formatted at all. Of course, I can do whatever formatting I like to that HTML. So in my sample, it's a very, very basic table. But let's change that one. So I want that table not to be that basic. So we're going to add some styling back to that table. And run it again. Yep. Forgot about that summary thing. I don't need that one. So we don't need title text and we don't need summary in our report. Let's run it again. There we go. Now we got a smooth design in here. Of course, I can make it even nicer. So in case I don't want that one. Use standard WebFOCUS functionality to format my report and change my report. And whatever I do in here is going to be reflected in my output. So pick whatever I want as a model. And I get my table created in HTML format with ampersand variables in it, ampersand variables in here, plus my little details in here. So I might want to change that report slightly. So scrolling down to the end. So in here, it's currently called model. So let's change that one to details. So all we need in here, go back to the report. Look at it, run it. There we go. Got about sales. Change that one. That way, we're going to be able to dynamically mix WebFOCUS report output with static content created in any possible HTML tool. In my case, it was Word being a very simple tool being around everywhere. So of course, easily change whatever you want to or use any professional HTML editor. At the end, the secret is only and very simple. It's going to allow you to use the syntax of IBI.AMP to put any content of an AMP variable into the report, or use IBI.FIL to put the output of any table into a page. A very simple way to build your own custom HTML pages. Hope you enjoyed it and liked it.